This is Teresa Atkinson. I'm a professor of mechanical engineering at Kettering University, and this little video is intended to help students work on their presentation skills. So I hope you students are ready. Here we go. I want you first to think about why you make a presentation. And it's kind of a basic question, but if you think about it, you have all these great ideas, and you want to take them from your head and get them into someone else's head. And a great way to do that is to talk to the person, and you can get it in lots of heads if you make a presentation. And basically that's why we make presentations. When we make a presentation, what are we trying to do? As engineers, we're trying many times to do this, to get approval. So we have a project we want to have approved, we're going to present it to our engineering management. Other times we might be looking for financial support for our project, maybe some budget money to do something new. Sometimes we just want to get everyone on our team going in the same direction. Whatever it is, we want to use the ideas in our head to motivate and inspire our audience to do one of these things. So how do we do that effectively? Studies have shown again and again one of the critical things we need to do with our presentation is to engage our audience. So we need to focus on our audience as we think about making a presentation, and we need to think about how do we engage the audience? How do we keep them listening to us so that they follow us? I want to share with you some things that people have used to describe really great presentations. See if you agree. So really great presentations, maybe by definition here, oops, sorry, I'm not spelling right, they engage the audience, they will create lasting memories. We'll remember what they talked about. We've paid attention well enough that we actually know what it is and we understand the argument that they put forward in their presentation. And lastly, great presentations do this. They motivate action. So if we can engage with our audience, we will keep their attention, they'll remember what it is we had to say to them, and at the end of the day, they're going to do something about it. Isn't that what we're trying to do as presenters? As a presenter, we want to do everything we can to make these happen, and we want to minimize the things that we're doing that get in the way. So what things do presenters do that commonly get in the way? Well, here we have a great example. What is this? This is a failure to practice. If you don't practice, typically you'll want to read your notes, or you'll want to turn around and look at your slides. And unfortunately for you as the presenter, your audience can read the slides faster than you can speak them. And so if I'm going to sit in the audience and read your slide before you tell me what's on the slide, I'm going to be pretty bored and I'm not going to really care about what you have to say, because why do I need you to present it to me if I can read it? So what we want to do is have a presentation where the words that you speak go to the audience and not at the board, and those words enhance the message and engage and capture attention. So what do we do that gets in the way besides looking at the presentation itself? Our body language is a big issue. When we stand up in front of someone, we want them to listen to us. We want them to think that we are authorities on the information, and anything that we do that gets in the way of that message is a problem. So these gentlemen here, I don't mean to pick on them, they were in my class over the summer and they ended up doing a pretty good job in their presentation, but I screen caught this image to show some body language you want to avoid. So we have here arms crossed, that's a universal sign of providing a barrier, distance. We have hands together here, that's a sign that we just as humans interpret as the speaker being nervous. How do we prevent these things? Same thing that helps with everything when you present practice. There are some positive body language things that you should try to do, and I have a nice video that I've put up on my YouTube channel that's from the Stanford Business School, and some graduate students there made a really nice video highlighting some things that you can do that will help you with body language as you talk. So I'm going to require that you watch that. That's something you'll do when you get done with these slides. In our class, we're going to be presenting in groups, and that provides that poses a special challenge. So let's give this guy a benefit of the doubt. He's looking down at the monitor to see what's coming next. We're going to assume he's going to look up, and he's going to look at these guys, and he's going to look around the audience as he speaks, which is the ideal thing to do. This guy here is looking at the speaker. That's the right thing to do. You want to be looking at the speaker, listening to them, showing with your face that you think what they have to say is important, and you want to avoid this. You don't want to put your hands in your pockets. What you really want to do is have your hands down straight at your sides. If you fidget, maybe you want to hold a pen. You don't want to be looking out and around the audience. You just want to direct all of your attention to the speaker, and with your body language and your expression show that you're very interested in what they have to say and that what they have to say is important. If you show that, it will be conveyed to the people that are in the audience. Along with that, what I want to hear when you speak is enthusiasm. If you are bored or you find your topic boring, then the audience is going to check out. Basically, if it's not worth your time to talk about, it's doubly not worth my time to listen to. Find something in your talk that motivates you. Find something that inspires you, something that you think is really interesting or important. Focus on that and use that. Use that to have some inflection in your voice. Use it to have a voice that goes not just monotone, but will pick up when you're excited, and when you get to something serious, let it drop. You need to convey with your sound a message that is consistent with the message you're trying to get through with your slides. And again, how do you do that? Practice. Practice, practice, practice. A great way to learn great presentations is a thing that everyone loves. I'll write this. We all love a good example problem. And here, in this case, it's fine if you copy. Find somebody who presents in a way that appeals to you. Great way to look for this is to go look on the TED Talks website. It's where nationally known speakers come and talk about their research work or what they're passionate about. And the talks are usually really great, and they do a great job of coming out and engaging the audience right away. Look at this. This is Steve Jobs. He's looking right out at the audience. He's got a nice straight shoulder. He looks confident. He looks serious, but he looks positive. He's not bored about what he's talking about. And so you, as the audience listening to him, are not going to be bored. And that's ideal. That's what you want to have. So look at some of those. I've posted some on the YouTube channel for this section, so you can look at those too. Find someone that inspires you and try to crib off that to improve your talk. Now, some of you are going to think, and you'll tell me as we get closer to our presentations, that you're nervous. So I put something in here to help you with your nerves. And I'm not going to send Wonder Woman to help you, but this is the idea: power poses. If you look at the animal kingdom, if you ever watched any show about primates when you were younger, what do they do when they're getting ready to fight? They strike a dominant pose. If you strike a dominant pose, so these are called power poses, you will, and research shows it, so we've got the reference down here to prove it, but research shows that if you strike this power pose for a few minutes, I'm going to just say for 5 minutes, you can watch the video and verify that it is 5 minutes, but it's a relatively short amount of time. You want to strike this power pose, and And what will happen is you'll change the chemistry of your brain. What you'll find, you won't measure this because I'm not going to ask you to go take a blood test, which is what they did in the research, but you'll find that your testosterone hormone, which is your confidence hormone, it will go up. And your cortisol hormone, which is your stress hormone, will go down. And so with higher confidence, lower stress, you will be more ready and you'll be more confident. And it's been shown, and a number of people that I know have tried this. The idea is you go and find some place you can hide out, have some privacy, go back to your dorm room, go in the bathroom, strike that power pose, hold it for the prescribed time. When you come out, you'll feel more confident and ready to take on the job of standing up in front of your peers and making your presentation. So give it a try if that's a challenge for you. This is my last slide, so I'm almost done here, and I'm going to cut you loose to do the rest of your work for this section. But one of the most important things with connecting with the audience is how you speak and also the words you use. So we want to be careful with word choice. And I'll write that, word choice. We don't want to alienate anyone by using acronyms and jargon that they may not be familiar with. If you're less than 110% confident about who's going to be in the room, then stay away from all these sort of jargon, acronym type words, and keep your words simple. Say things directly, say them clearly. And I'll tell you, it takes a little bit of practice to do this. It's hard to get ideas across in simple terms. You need to think about the words that you're going to use so that when you stand up in front of someone, you can make your ideas very clear to them. I've been in a number of presentations, really professional presentations, where issues around language and acronyms and jargon has been a barrier. And I'll sit there and I'll say, boy, they're talking about something and they lost me when they started talking about blah, some acronym. And I'll turn, when the speaker's done, I'll turn to someone else that's in the audience, a friend or whoever, and I'll make a comment about it, and almost universally they had the same experience, that something in the talk was a term or something like this. I mean, I know what that is, maybe you don't. Half the people in the room don't know what it is. What does it do? You disconnect. You lose your connection with the audience. And so once you disconnect, it's really hard to connect back up with them and get everyone to the point where they can give you the thing you're looking for, your approval, your funding, whatever it is. Okay, so thanks for your attention. I'm done now. Happy, happy, joy, joy. What I want you to do is go on, start worksheet 1. You're going to watch a few videos. You're going to answer things as a group and turn it into me. And hopefully at the end of this time, here it's just about Valentine's Day, we will have you ready to present and in a really positive frame of mind. So thanks for your attention.